Over the past week, the armed forces of Ukraine, together with their military advisors from NATO and the Pentagon, have intensified missile attacks on the Crimean Peninsula and, in particular, the Crimean Bridge. According to the Ministry of Defense of the Russian Federation, on April 30, 2024, Russian air defense systems shot down 6 American ATACMS missiles over Crimea. At the same time, the Russian military department claims that all American ballistic missiles were shot down in a day. Moreover, a few days before that, Russian air defense systems also shot down 5 ATACMS missiles over the peninsula and Crimean Bridge. Against this background, the head of the Republic of Crimea, Sergei Aksyonov, warned residents and guests of the peninsula that the wreckage of American ballistic missiles is located on the territory of the Simferopol and Yalta districts, and that they should not approach this wreckage for security purposes. Thus, it becomes clear that the Ukrainian generals, together with their colleagues from the Pentagon, are using these missile attacks to identify the vulnerabilities of Russian air defense systems, in order to be able to adjust the most ideal flight route of American ballistic missiles in anticipation of a massive missile attack on the Crimean Bridge and the peninsula itself. Moreover, the Kiev regime has even stopped hiding the date of the future attack. In particular, in Kiev, they say that a massive missile strike on Crimea and the Crimean Bridge may take place on May 7th, the day of Vladimir Putin's inauguration, or on May 9th, the day when Russia celebrates victory over the Nazis and the end of World War II. However, unfortunately for the Ukrainian General Staff and the Pentagon, regular unsuccessful missile attacks on the Crimean Bridge and the peninsula itself show the superiority of Russian air defense systems. Moreover, the Pentagon is even in a state of shock due to the realization that its vaunted ballistic missiles were helpless in front of Russian air defense systems. Even White House National Security Communications Advisor, John Kirby, looked very confused when reporters asked him about the downed American ATACMS missiles. No, and no again. I cannot confirm reports that the Russians shot down these missiles, White House National Security Communications Advisor John Kirby said. By the way, let me remind you that Washington also denied the destruction of other types of American weapons systems in Ukraine. However, as time has shown, the Patriot systems, HIMARS multiple launch rocket systems, and Abrams tanks burn just as well as the German Leopards. Commenting on the successful destruction of American ATACMS missiles over the Crimean Peninsula, Western military experts concluded that the Russians had deployed several batteries of new-generation S-500 Prometheus air defense systems on the peninsula. According to an authoritative military expert and executive director of Sibylline Company, Justin Crump, ATACMS ballistic missiles are very difficult to shoot down due to their high speed of movement. Justin Crump claims that these missiles are in the affected area for only 20-30 seconds, and during this short period, the operators of air defense systems should have time to hit these missiles. However, the Russian S-400 and even S-300 air defense systems allow not only to hit enemy missiles in the affected area in time, but also to determine the exact launch site of these ballistic missiles. The military expert is sure that if the Russians have indeed strengthened their air defense with the latest S-500 systems, then American ballistic missiles simply will have no chance of successfully hitting targets. Another Western military expert and specialist on Russia, Michael Jurdev, admitted that despite the sanctions, Russia managed to significantly strengthen its air defense systems. Before our eyes, Russia becomes the owner of the most powerful air defense in the world. The Russian military-industrial complex has not only increased the production of modern air defense systems, but also significantly increased the production of missiles of the 48H6 family, which are used by modern systems such as the S-400 Triumph. In general, Western experts recognized that the sanctions not only did not weaken Russia, but also made it more technologically invulnerable, which allowed Moscow to begin mass production of the world's first new-generation air defense system S-500 Prometheus. By the way, despite the fact that open sources claim that the S-500 can hit targets at an altitude of 200 meters and a distance of up to 600 kilometers, Western experts are confident that these data were significantly underestimated, and that the Russians are deliberately hiding the true capabilities of their latest air defense systems. Western experts from many analytical centers are confident that the S-500 Prometheus is capable of destroying not only all types of aircraft, hypersonic and ballistic missiles, but even satellites flying in low Earth orbit. Against this background, Crimean Deputy Mikhail Shirmat explained why the Pentagon has not yet officially recognized the destruction of its well-publicized ATACMS ballistic missiles. According to him, the top American generals were very scared after the Russian air defense systems shot down such a large number of ATACMS missiles. According to him, the conflict in Ukraine has proved that Russian weapons are much superior to all existing analogs from the United States. The fact that Russia destroyed 11 ATACMS missiles within a few days proved to the whole world that the Pentagon's propaganda videos are radically different from the real capabilities of American weapons, Crimean Deputy Mikhail Shirmat said.